What's something people romanticize until they actually experience it? Living off the grid sounds peaceful until you realize how much modern life is basically held together by plumbing, electricity, and grocery stores. Off-grid living always sounds amazing until you realize civilization solved a lot of annoying problems. Shower romance. Any amount of height difference is going to throw things off. One person is getting blasted by the shower head and the other is awkwardly freezing in the back. Everything that is supposed to help gets washed away, and the only thing slippery is the floor. Editing to add, quit telling me I am doing it wrong. I am 5'2", and the acrobatics I would have to pull off would injure me, my husband, or both of us. Just keep the private side quests on dry land and shower together afterward. I feel like showers and hot tubs are great for the lead-up, but terrible for the main event. Being needed all the time sounds sweet in theory until you realize you never get enough quiet to hear your own thoughts. Being a nurse, it is honestly rough. Our healthcare system is broken, and both patients and management treat us like garbage. Bullying is rampant. Lateral aggression is real. It is just an awful profession overall. My friend told me it was so cottagecore of me to work on a farm. I told her I just had a cow pee directly into my eye, and it was acidic. It burned for so long. Opening your own restaurant or cafe, it is an insane amount of stress, especially in the first few years. You are burning yourself out, running back and forth, putting out fires, and managing the accounting and logistics of everything, only to end up losing money. I have huge respect for people in the business because I really could not handle it. Traveling for work. It's mostly hotel rooms and your on-site stuff. At best, you get to experience local cuisine, but forget about experiencing anything else.
Working the type of corporate job where you give presentations, wear a smart outfit, and look like a total boss. I used to think that was the peak of having it together in life. But now, I am drowning in burnout and want nothing more than to escape and live in the woods with no one bothering me. Having a protective boyfriend. Anger issues and possessiveness are not attractive. LOL. Oktoberfest. People see the jolly dudes and buxom women and big mugs of beer, and they say, wow, I love all those things. I should visit Germany in October and check it out. Nobody talks about all the barf and public bathroom level mess. That is what is under those long tables, the payment for all the partying going on above them. I went in 2009. Everyone was drinking heavily most of the day. People were also using the ground as a bathroom right where they stood all day.
Guys, if your phone also keeps saying there is no storage left and your gallery is packed with receipts, screenshots, duplicates, and random stuff, Whoosh Smart Cleaner actually helps. I used it to find huge videos and photos I took a couple of years ago and completely forgot about. They were just sitting there, taking up space, syncing to iCloud, and I was basically paying to store things I did not need anymore. Plus, after cleaning it up, my phone felt noticeably less sluggish. And the best part is that you do not have to sit there choosing every photo by hand. You just swipe left or right, like in a dating app, delete or keep. That way you clean your camera array quickly without all the extra hassle. Link in the description. I used to do music festival photography. People thought it was so cool, but in reality, you are running from photo pit to photo pit through crowds that often think you are just trying to shove to the front and get really mad with a bunch of heavy, expensive gear. You only get the first 3 songs, if that, to shoot. Sometimes it is raining or dusty, and then you get to worry about ruining your gear. The deadlines are absolutely insane, and there is so much more. I have some amazing photos, but I also do not remember how most of the bands I shot actually sounded, because I had heavy-duty earplugs in and was focused on getting the shot, not listening to the music. I also used to shoot gig and club photos, and now when I go to concerts and see photogs working in the pit, I breathe a sigh of relief that I don't have to worry about getting the shot and can just drink and enjoy the music and have fun and then sleep in the next day.
Smoking in real life will never be as cool as the movies pretend it is. You just look like you, only stinkier and with less cash.
Owning a classic car. You see someone cruising in one, think it's so cool. But the reality of owning, maintaining, and driving it is very different. Having a stalker. Yes, even someone attractive. I was stalked by one of the most popular boys in high school for 2 years, and it was very much not giving Wattpad dark romance. It was completely traumatizing. Every small business owner I know aged like 7 years in the first 12 months. Mental illness. While there is a huge stigmatization, there was also a lot of romanticizing. Until someone shows the not-so-cute symptoms, like extremely bad hygiene, for example. Waking up to birds singing. Those little guys are actually really annoying. The acting world is filled with nepotism. There are a tiny few who aren't related to someone famous.
Having somebody obsessed with you who will not take no for an answer. Romantic movies make it look charming, cute, and brave at the same time. In real life, situations like this often turn into a police report or leave someone traumatized for life, at best. Being seen as a war hero. On that same note, losing your life for your country in combat. Both my wife and I graduated with degrees in fine art. I'm a software dev, so she can do what she loves. I make 6x what she does, and she works so much longer and harder than I do. I own budgies. One learned how to make loud weapon noises from RDR2. I woke up to those sound effects every morning until he found something he liked better. Being the leader/head honcho. The title looks good, but the job is a lot of sacrifice, and you owe your time to whoever you're leading. Being a chef or professional cook.
Moving abroad as an adult. You will always have an accent and will always be perceived as a foreigner, immigrant because of that. It affects employment and career, friendships, and all other aspects of your life. Learning how to pay rent, taxes, and make doctor appointments all over again. It's not all bad. It's just a lot to learn and take in. A lot of people see living abroad as this eternal vacation full of quirky, cute cultural surprises, which is pretty far from truth. People romanticize being mysterious and unavailable until they experience how lonely it actually feels. Real love, friendship, connection, it usually comes from being honest, messy, emotional, and fully there. Same. I had a ridiculously handsome stalker. I am talking supermodel good looks, but it was so unsettling and off-putting. I was terrified.
Yeah, because mentally ill people are usually depicted as beautiful, damaged souls, and are usually good-looking and appear socially normal. In reality, the mentally ill are often shunned by society, and people don't like to be around them. Paris, France. The Japanese embassy in France actually has a 24-hour hotline for tourists who have their heart broken when Paris turns out to be a real bustling, congested, smelly city, and not the romanticized place they read about back home. It's called Paris syndrome, and apparently because Paris was very romanticized in a famous old book in Japan, many people visit it today, hoping to see the city they read about. I suppose it's like Americans moving to Japan, thinking it will be like their favorite anime. Your job is so cool. You're always catching a flight. They don't get to see the part where you're eating a microwaved Hot Pocket, at best. Normally it's gummy bears. At 1 a.m. while on hold with whatever airline you were booked for, trying to find out what city your suitcase is in. A breakup. Had a friend who said they wanted to experience a bad breakup so that the sad, angsty breakup songs would hit them harder. A few months after that convo, I actually went through a gut-wrenching breakup, and they were there for all of it. They said they never want to experience something like what I went through in their life. LOL. I saw a guy in a thread here not long ago talking about being assaulted by a woman, and some dude commented joking about how great it was or whatever. I replied saying, "Men like you are the reason other men are too scared to report assault." And the dude just doubled down on his terrible joke. It made me so angry.
Baking. The videos look so therapeutic and relaxing. The reality is 4 hours of intense kitchen chemistry, an absolute mountain of flour-crusted dishes to wash, and a cake that looks like a deflated tire.
Back in the 20th century, drinking and smoking were in movies, magazines, and everything else, and they were made to look glamorous. Turns out, they cause all kinds of serious problems, and quitting is miserable. Group hookups are more awkward than exciting. My daughter wanted to be a chef all through her teens. We told her it would be rough, but she was determined. She was very talented, though, worked her butt off, and after 4 years, landed the role of pastry chef at a 5-star restaurant. She left the industry a year later. 5 years from starting to complete and utter burnout. Ridiculously long hours, no social life, bad pay, and extremely problematic/sexist environments all contributed.
Thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments which story you like the most, and make sure to watch the other videos too. There are more good stories there.